In my previous video, we've talked about Michelangelo's early life, career, and works while in Florence and Rome. In this video, we're gonna discuss more about his magnificent works in later years and his involvement with other respectable patrons. Without further ado, let's get into the video. In the year 1499, Michelangelo once again back to Florence, and the city was changing for the better after the fall of Savonarola. During this period, Michelangelo received many commissioned works, and one of them was his most famous statue, David, due to its technical brilliance and aesthetic beauty. The statue was supposed to be placed on the gable of Florence Cathedral, but Michelangelo's contemporaries decided to place it in front of the entrance of Palazzo Vecchio as a symbol of Florentine Republic. In the year 1504, he received another important project to paint a huge fresco, the Battle of Cassina, for the Grand Council Hall of the Palazzi Signoria. But unfortunately, it was left unfinished because Michelangelo was invited to Rome by Pope Julius II to build the Pope's tomb that had 40 large statues, and he expected the project to be finished in 5 years. Michelangelo faced several difficulties while doing this project, from technical challenges, political interruptions, as well as disagreements with the Pope regarding designs and requirements. Michelangelo ended up working on this project for 40 years instead, and unfortunately, it was never fully finished as he wanted. Besides working on the tomb, Michelangelo was also commissioned to paint the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, which contained the scenes from Genesis that portrayed the creation of the world, the fall of humanity, and the promise of redemption through Christ. This project took 4 years to complete, and this magnificent fresco became one of the most iconic achievements in history. In the year 1513, Pope Julius II had passed, and he was succeeded by Pope Leo X, aka Giovanni de' Medici, the son of his first patron, Lorenzo de' Medici. Since the Pope had known Michelangelo, the Pope didn't hesitate to employ him and gave him several projects related to the glory of the Medici family, such as reconstructing the Basilica of San Lorenzo in Florence to building and designing the Medici Chapel. Pope Leo X later died in the year 1521, and he was succeeded by Pope Adrian VI. However, his papacy lasted only for a year. Then he was succeeded by another Medici Pope, Pope Clement VII, also known as Giulio de' Medici, the cousin of Pope Leo X. Once again, Michelangelo received another commission by the Pope to design and build Laurentian Library at San Lorenzo's Church in Florence. Before his death in 1534, the Pope commissioned Michelangelo to paint a fresco, The Last Judgment, on the altar wall of the Sistine Chapel. Although many praised this work as a masterpiece, it also became a great controversy due to the significant amount of nudity in it. Despite the criticism, the new Pope Paul III admired Michelangelo's work and didn't mind the nudity. It wasn't until Michelangelo's death in the year 1564 that the Church Council decided to make alterations to the fresco by painting drapery over some of the nude figures. In the year 1542, Michelangelo received a commission from Pope Paul III to design and decorate the Pauline Chapel in the Vatican Palace by painting 2 frescoes, the Conversion of Saul and the Crucifixion of St. Peter. Although Michelangelo had difficulty executing these works due to his declining health, these frescoes are still considered masterpieces of Renaissance art, as they still displayed Michelangelo's exceptional skill as an artist and his ability to convey powerful emotions and spiritual themes. These frescoes also were to be Michelangelo's final paintings, as he focused more on architectural works in his later years. In 1546, the Pope had Michelangelo to take over the construction of the Palazzo Farnese after the death of the previous architect, Sangallo. He also appointed Michelangelo as the chief architect to take over the design and construction of St. Peter's Basilica, which had gone through several designs by Bramante, Raphael, and Sangallo. Michelangelo made a significant modifications to Bramante's original design by altering the plan to a Latin cross design, making adjustments to the dome structure, and strengthening the church's structure both physically and visually. Besides architectural projects, Michelangelo also created multiple versions of Pietà during his last years. One of them was Rondanini Pietà, his final sculpture. But unfortunately, Michelangelo didn't have the chance to finish it due to his declining health until he reached his final breath on February 18, 1564 in Rome. Michelangelo has left us with many artworks, from the exquisite sculptures to the breathtaking frescoes that covered the whole altar of the Sistine Chapel. He wasn't just a sculptor, painter, or architect. He was a titan who mastered the art of capturing human beauty and emotions, as well as relentlessly pursuing perfection in his art. His pure dedication to his craft and his pursuit of human potential continue to inspire future generations of artists and scholars today.